Katie and Becca were watching TV when Becca turned it off and asked Katie if she's heard about a videotape that killed anyone who watched it within a week. Katie denied knowing anything about such a tape. Becca then explained that the rumor said the tape was born from someone's nightmare. She describes how, after watching it, a strange woman appears on screen, smiling at her victim. When the video ends, the phone rings and a voice tells the viewer they will die in 7 days. Frightened by the story, Katie nervously admitted that she recently watched the tape but quickly burst into laughter, dismissing it as nonsense. Moments later, the phone suddenly rang, startling both girls. Katie answered it and felt relieved when she realized it was just her mother. As soon as she hung up, the TV in the other room mysteriously switched on by itself, catching her off guard. Anxious, Katie walked into the room and found it empty. She turned off the TV and started to leave, but to her horror, it turned on again. Panicking, she rushed to the switchboard and unplugged it. Suddenly, she sensed someone's presence nearby. Following the eerie feeling upstairs, she noticed water seeping from beneath the door. Then this happens. The scene then cuts to a little boy named Aiden, drawing in his classroom. Soon after, his mother, Rachel, a journalist, arrived to pick him up. The teacher asks to have a word with her about Aiden's behavior. Rachel agreed. Then the teacher shows her Aiden's disturbing drawings, images of his cousin Katie, who died in a mysterious and unnatural way. Rachel said that she understood it, but Aiden's mental condition wasn't good as he recently lost Katie, his best friend 3 nights ago, but he would be okay soon. Then the teacher revealed that Aiden drew them last week, shocking Rachel. Before going to sleep, Aiden told his mother that Katie told him that she was going to die, leaving Rachel stunned.
Katie told you she was going to die?
The next day, Rachel and Aiden arrived at Katie's house to attend her funeral. There was a good bond between Katie and Aiden, so he was down in the dumps more than anyone else at the funeral. Rachel talked with Katie's friends and asked them how all that transpired. One of Katie's friends named Callan explained to her that a cursed videotape had been doing all this. Aiden went upstairs after feeling Katie went upstairs the night she died. He entered the same room in which Katie died after watching the videotape. He stared at the TV, but just then, Rachel arrived, suggesting to him that they must not be in Katie's room. Aiden left. Rachel opened a drawing book only to find several pictures of Katie with scratched faces. Afterward, Rachel resolved to unravel this mystery. She found a blurred picture of Katie and her friends, standing ahead of a cabin. Rachel then found out that all of Katie's friends also died mysteriously, and the coincidence was that all of them died one by one at 10 p.m. on different days.
So what's the time of death?
She then left for the Shelter Mountain Inn where all this started. She entered the inn and inquired with the receptionist about her friends by showing him Katie's and Katie's friends' photos. The receptionist told her that her friends had a number of complaints about the TV mainly. That's why we have bought tape players for videos. Rachel takes cabin 12 on rent, saying that she had to have a rest there. The receptionist went to make a bill, and in the meantime, Rachel stole a videotape from the shelf. Later, she arrived at cabin 12 to find out the truth. She played the stolen videotape on the TV, only to watch a glowing ring on the screen. She saw many things in the video, such as a lady combing her hair, an ocean, a housefly crawling on the TV screen, and many other disturbing things. Soon, the phone rang and Rachel answered it, only to hear a voice that warned her that she had only 7 days left. Rachel's blood ran cold and hurried out of the sinister cabin. It's day number 1 out of 7 days of Rachel's life. On his way back home in the downpour, Aiden came across his father named Noah. He ignored him and left. Rachel showed the blurred photos of Katie and her friends to Noah, her husband, and asked him to take a picture of her too. Noah acted upon her but found her picture blurred as well, unaware that those who were destined to die after getting cursed by the videotape had blurred images. Noah assumed that the camera was malfunctioning, so he ignored it. Rachel then played the videotape to convince Noah that Katie and her friends died after watching this videotape. Noah watched the cursed videotape. Moments later, he approached Rachel, telling her that the video was too scary to watch. Rachel asked him if he wasn't afraid after viewing the tape. Noah replied, no. Despite this, Rachel warned him that the people who watched it died within a week, but Noah dismissed the warning and left. Rachel and Noah rewatched the videotape and noticed a fly on the screen in the video. It's day 2 out of 7 days of Rachel's life. They discovered a photo of a woman and a little girl apart from something floating in the ocean or canal. It's the 3rd day of Rachel's life. We see Becca, Katie's friend, hospitalized as she completely lost her mind after the incident that night. Rachel urged her to tell her how Katie died that night. Was she terrified that night?
She was afraid, wasn't she?
Instead of answering the question, Becca told her that she had only 4 days left to keep living. Next, Rachel rewatched the video and zoomed in only to see a carcass of a horse floating in an ocean and a lighthouse. She then spotted the same fly on the screen again. It is day 4, and we see Rachel at a library, going deeper into the case to find out the truth. She matched the lighthouse in the video with the one in the book, locating it on Mosco Island. She then searched the history of Mosco Island Lighthouse on the internet. In a photo, Rachel spotted the same lady who kept featuring in the videotape, learning that her name was Anna Morgan. She then delved into the internet to find out Anna Morgan's history. Rachel learned that the horses Anna tamed began recovering after Anna ended her life. Anna used to have hallucinations. While buying some stuff from a store, the store worker casually told him that he was going to die, but Noah laughed it off.
You're gonna die.
He then saw his blurred face in the camera feed and became ill at ease. While drinking water, Rachel started to choke on a thread coming out of her mouth. Following this horrific incident, she went to check on Aiden in his room but found a lady sitting on a chair instead. She desperately rushed into Aiden's room only to find him watching the sinister videotape.
Who is she, Rachel?
Noah called her, telling her that he urgently needed to talk to her. Filling tears in her eyes, Rachel informed Noah that their son, Aiden, watched the tape. She later saw Aiden's weird drawings containing messages and clues. Later, Rachel went through the biography of Anna Morgan, realizing that she ended up in a psychiatric hospital in her last days despite living a very lively and happy life with her husband. Rachel concluded that the people who viewed the cursed tape saw a ring before they died. She boarded a ship bound for Mosco Island. She read a file consisting of Anna Morgan's information and learned that one day, at a horse show when the horses injured its riders, the onlooker witnessed Anna holding her daughter. Rachel then looked at a mark on her hand, left by the spirit of a little girl. Afterward, she approached a cage in which there was a horse. The horse became unbridled as soon as it saw Rachel around. Then this happens. The horse became so violent and jumped into the ocean, miserably ending its life. Noah arrived at the psychiatric hospital where Anna was hospitalized during her last days, asking the nurse to show him the records of a patient named Anna Morgan. The nurse refused to direct him toward the record room, but Noah tricked him into revealing it to him. So he broke into the record room and found the same fly on the entrance door that kept appearing on the TV screen while watching the videotape. On the other hand, Rachel arrived at Mosco Island by car. She knocked on the door of Anna Morgan's house, but no one answered it. So she went to the backyard and reached a stud farm where she found Anna Morgan's husband, Richard Morgan, urging him to speak to her for a moment. She introduced herself to him as Rachel Keller, a writer with the Seattle PI, but Richard refused to talk to her, telling her that he was visited by a number of writers every now and then. Rachel implored him, forcing him to agree. He then told Rachel that sometimes his horses went strange, broke through the fences, and ran to the shore to drown themselves. Due to this, he stopped breeding them anymore. In the house, Rachel spotted the same mirror which she saw in the videotape. She then showed him the videotape, explaining that this might be a message from his wife, Anna. Richard approached her, carrying a hook in his hand, and questioned her from where she found the tape. Rachel replied from Shelter Mountain Inn. Richard told her he had other work to compete and politely asked her to leave. On her way outside, Rachel interrogated him about his only daughter, but Richard clearly refused to have any daughter. In the record room, Noah managed to find out Anna's file. He learned that Anna conceived a number of times but had nearly 68 miscarriages one after another. Meanwhile, he found a clue on top of the file, suggesting to him that he should see video record SM00115 to know further. Aiden was busy drawing some more cryptic pictures in his room. Soon Rachel called him, asking him about the house he drew for her. Aiden told her that he saw the house in his head and drew it because the spirit of a little girl told him to. Rachel asked him if the little girl showed him the horses. Then, Aiden responded that she didn't like them in the barn because the horses kept her awake at night. Rachel asked her son if the little girl was still alive. Aiden replied, no. However, she lived in a dark place now. Rachel meets Dr. Grasnick, the only doctor on the island. Rachel inquired about the Morgans and their daughter, baffling Dr. Grasnick. Dr. Grasnick asked her why she wanted to know about them. Then, Rachel revealed that she was seeing things in her head, and so was her son, and believed that it was all happening because of that girl. Hence, Dr. Grasnick revealed that Anna wanted a child at any cost. Anna and Richard tried hard to produce a child but failed. Then, one winter they went away, and when they returned, they had an adopted little girl named Samara with them. Suddenly, Anna started coming to see me, explaining that she was suffering horrible visions. It only happened around Samara. Grasnick said that she treated Samara too. There was something wrong with her, so I referred her to Eola Psychiatric on the mainland, and I assume she is still there. Ever since Samara left this island, things have been better. Noah approached the record keeper to get the tape SM0000115, but was shocked to know that the tape had already been stolen by Richard. Rachel returned to Richard's house. She entered the house only to find it plunged into darkness. She then walked into the same room which had a mirror she kept seeing in her visions. There, she spotted a videotape with serial number SM0000115, which Richard stole from the record room of Samara's hospital. Rachel played it and saw Samara in the video. Doctors asked her what kept her awake, but Samara requested them to let her see her mother, Anna. Doctors turned down her request, saying that she didn't want to hurt Anna anymore. Samara confessed that she hurt people and she was sorry about it, but it won't stop. Samara revealed that her father, Richard, would leave her there. He never loved her. Meanwhile, Richard arrived in the room and attacked Rachel, knocking her down. Mr. Morgan revealed that he had been hearing whispers all the time. Even the horses heard them, driving them crazy. He began preparing to electrocute himself to get rid of this misery. Then this happened. Rachel and Noah broke open the lock of the barn, hoping that she would find Samara inside. She climbed up the ladder, finding a makeshift room where Richard kept Samara. Rachel concluded that Anna was going crazy and Richard held Samara solely responsible for all that. So he kept her here alone. Noah spots a strange object in the creak of the wall, so they peeled off the wallpaper to know what actually lay behind it. They find a tree engraved on the wall, the tree which is on the tape. Rachel reveals that this tree is in Shelter Mountain. It's day 7, the last day of those people who watched the tape. Rachel and her husband, Noah, got back to Shelter Mountain to unravel the mystery. In a room, they saw that all the marble got together in one place. So they immediately took off the carpet only to find a burn mark on the floorboard. Without delay, Noah tore down the floor with an axe, discovering a well below. After which, they descended into the basement and barely removed the lid from the mouth of the well.
Now we should drop something.
Rachel fell into the well, and Noah couldn't do anything but saw her falling into it. Down there, Rachel regains consciousness while Noah calls her. She replies that she is all right. Then Noah goes to find something to get her out of the well. An unseen force slid the lid of the well, confining Rachel down below. Soon she senses something in the water and finds someone's hair in her hand. The story shifts back, and we see Samara standing and singing strangely near the well. Seconds later, Anna arrived, applauding her singing. She approached her and threw her so-called daughter into the well, and she drowned to death. Rachel opened her eyes, realizing that Samara was put to death by her own mother, Anna, who once wanted to have a child at any cost. And since then, Samara's been haunting the Morgans until she gets her revenge on them. Now, Samara attains salvation. Moments later, police arrived at the scene after being informed about the incident by Noah, rescuing Rachel. Rachel is confused about how Anna could kill her daughter when she loved her more than anything in this world. Noah comforts her at this. They both return home and find Aiden lying on the floor. Noah picks him up, returned from the mountain inn. He drops Rachel and his son Aiden off at their house and leaves happily. The following morning, Aiden asks Rachel what happened to Samara. She then replied that she set her free from the dark place, leaving Aiden shocked. He says to her, "You were not supposed to help her." Just then, Rachel noticed a mark on Aiden's hand, left by Samara, realizing that they have made a blunder by setting Samara free. Noah was busy with his work when the TV turned on automatically in the same room, leaving him baffled. Rachel called him but didn't pick up the phone. Soon, Samara emerged from the well and came out of the TV screen, terrifying Noah. Rachel arrived at Noah's house and rushed upstairs. She entered the room, only to find him sitting calmly in his office chair while the TV displayed static. Nervously, she approached him and discovered that he was dead. Terrified, she hurried back home and told Aiden to go to his room. Overwhelmed by anger, she destroyed the cursed videotape, throwing it into the fire. But the copy of the original tape still lay hidden under the rack. Rachel picked it up and played it, watching the horrifying images again with her son Aiden, who then revealed to her that Samara would keep killing, and she would never stop.